So hi everyone, hi lawyers. Today I'm going to show you how exactly you can use LiA, which is Legal Intelligence Assistance, by rest the case. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to click on Get Started on LiA. Once you click on Get Started, you'll have to register. It's a simple process where you can create your lawyer's profile. You put in your first name. My name is Anurag, so I'll put that Anurag Pandey, and I'll put an email address. So for this, I've created a test email address. I'll put my mobile number. I'll say if I'm a solo practitioner, law firm associate, in-house counsel, legal student. So I can select whatever I am. So let's say I'm a solo practitioner, and I'll add my bar counsel number. I'll select my practice area. You can select any 10, or you can just select 3 or 4, the things that you practice. You'll set up a password. Let's say I set up my password. And then I click on generate OTP. Once I generate OTP, I will receive an OTP on the email that I've put in. Let me just wait for the OTP. Okay, so I've received the OTP. I will copy and paste this OTP. And then verify this OTP. Once I've done that, you will log into LiA. The first thing that you will see on your screen is basically an option to activate your free plan. So right now it is free to use with some limits. So I'll click on activate LiA free account. And once I've done that, as a lawyer, I have successfully created a LiA account. Now, what do I need to do? Let's say, for example, as a lawyer, I'm preparing for a case that I need to kind of go to the court, and I need to draft, or I need to research, I need to ask questions, all of those things. So what I can do is I can create a case file here. So the best thing about this is LiA is that it has been created for lawyers. It has been created keeping in mind use case for lawyers, and our tool is specifically trained on Indian legal data. So like a normal chat GPT model, this would not kind of hallucinate as much. It can still hallucinate, so I would strongly suggest that you please verify whatever you use. But at the same time, this is specifically for lawyers, and we have put in guardrails where it accesses Indian legal data. So let's say I'm creating a case where I say the client's details. Let's say client's name is Abhishek Kumar. The email ID for client is, I'll just add my own email ID for now. I'll add my own mobile number. And then I'll add the case details. Let's say it is Uttar Pradesh versus Abhishek Kumar. Now, I don't think there's a real case that exists like this, but I'm just creating this for now, just for your understanding. I'll select if it is criminal, family, contract, what kind of case this is. So let's say this is a criminal case. And I'll select everything that is relevant. We have put in a lot of kind of options you can select. So I'll add a few options, and then I'll write a quick description that this is Abhishek Kumar versus Uttar Pradesh. And I'll select the status. The status obviously will be open, and then I click on submit. Once I've submitted, okay, so this number and email ID already exists. So okay, so I've added all the details of the case. So I've added all the details of the case. I'm clicking on submit, And once I've done that, the case is created. You'll see case created successfully. Name of the case on the top left hand side, you'll see Uttar Pradesh versus Abhishek Kumar. On the right, you'll see this panel which you can close and which you can expand as well. You'll be able to open new chat from here. You'll be able to add to your notes, and you will be able to see your chat history from here. Now, since I've created a new case, I won't be able to see any history right now, but what I can do now is I need to upload a brief document, because as a lawyer who's fighting a case, you need to first prepare your case brief. So as a brief, what I'll do is I'll add my case document or a judgment document that I already have. I will select a file. Let me quickly search the file. So let's say I select a case file from here, and this is a High Court judgment, real judgment that I have downloaded, and I ask this tool, I ask LiA to summarize this. So I can either click on case summary, or I can just summarize the key issues in this case. I can either write a prompt, or I can ask whatever I need to ask. So let's say I say case summary, and I put in a request. So LiA starts running, and it starts creating the case summary in quick succession. You can start reading it, and while it is generating the whole summary, and once it generates the summary, let's wait for it. So you can see that in this summary, this is a legally strong summary, that you get case details, court, you get parties involved, who's the petitioner, and you see there's advocate for the petitioner, you see advocate for the respondent, you see comprehensive legal summary that you can read, you see the background, gives you a great background, gives all the rules applied. So you get a list of rules applied. So basically we have picked out 14 points. You see the primary information, you see the issues that are being contended, you see contentions, petitioners' contentions, you see court observations, you see decision at various levels, you see key legal takeaways, and you see recommendations for reform. So what were the recommendations given, and you also see a conclusion. Now what I can do is I can further do a Q&A and ask questions about this specific case. So let's say I say draft a detailed argument based on the current status of this case for the petitioner. So once I add this, it kind of takes that requests, understands, takes it in context. The best thing about this tool is that it starts from a document that the lawyer needs to upload. So it actually starts from a well-verified either judgment detail or a case brief that the lawyer themselves need to upload, and it does not kind of goes away on the internet picking up things that don't exist or creating random things that don't exist. It only takes reference from the case file or the brief file that I have uploaded as a lawyer. So it gives a lot of control, and then further from there I can start my research. I can kind of draft things, or I can look for related judgments that have been in the past. So see, for example, I've just asked it to create arguments for the petitioner. So based on the current status of the case and the detailed facts and submissions record, here is a comprehensive argument in support of the petitioner. So illegality and arbitrary nature of the stop work notice. There's violation of principles of natural justice. There's malfeasance and high-handedness of municipal officials. Legitimate expectation in public interest. Pending environmental clearance and procedural compliance, and there's a conclusion. So obviously, like I said, it is still an AI tool, so you should definitely verify all these points as a lawyer, but you get a highly a relevant response from LiA because it is legal intelligence assistant. And once you use this, and if you like it, you love it, we have plans for you. You can click on unlock full LiA, where you'll be able to see all the available plans that we have for lawyers. The current prices are highly discounted. So make sure that if you like it, you reach out to our teams, you request for a demo, you request for a call from us, and we'll be happy to support you. Thank you so much.